I would like to dedicate this song to my friends in Westminster, who rather than protecting the performing arts in this time of crisis, have somehow aimed to become the entertainment themselves. When most of the nation were in isolation and living in fright, our leaders were drinking. Oh, what were they thinking? It doesn't seem right. Everyone there in the middle of May, nobody cared what people might say. I know it sounds crazy, the details are hazy, but this much is clear. Sometime last year, I went to a marvellous party, an invite I couldn't refuse. It was in the fresh air, Boris Johnson was there, and he told us to bring our own booze. Michael Gove started singing at midnight, he didn't stop singing till 4. We knew the excitement was bound to begin when Dominic Cummings got tipsy on gin and told the PM he'd be lost without him. I couldn't have liked it more. I went to a marvellous party, the date is still under dispute. Jacob Rees-Mogg was asleep on a log, poor fellow was pissed as a newt. Ben Wallace arrived from Gibraltar, claiming Labour were pissed on the plane. I remember there was a ridiculous fuss when we all caught sight of Elizabeth Truss doing things with a carrot we shouldn't discuss. I couldn't have liked it more. People's behaviour so close to Belgravia would make you aghast. Just look how they wallow, they can't even follow the laws that they passed. If you have any mind at all to Jeremy Corbyn's decline and fall, it seems pretty flimsy, no more than a whimsy, by way of contrast to the year that just passed. When I went to a marvellous party, we didn't stop drinking till 10. Young Priti Patel got bladdered as well with a lot of extraordinary men. Rishi Sunak was dressed as a vicar, which shattered us all to the core. Matt Hancock arrived with a lady called Gina. She wasn't his wife, you'd have guessed if you'd seen her, sucking his face with a guilty demeanour. I couldn't have liked it more. Oh, I went to a marvellous party. It was the most wonderful game. Despite their insistence that we keep our distance, they gathered en masse with no shame. They laughed about living on furlough, and selling off the NHS. They said it's a question of sounding sincere. If you've got the power, you've nothing to fear. Then they all took a swig of champagne with a cheer. I couldn't have liked it more. Oh, I went to a marvellous party that they say didn't really take place. Full of folk I despise, adulterous liars, it really was quite a disgrace. Poor Stratton resigned over blabbing, though it seemed she was telling the truth. There are those who would say that we're making a fuss. It's not a thing we should really discuss, but if one